Raging feminist now wants to ban manly speech. Can us as guys have anything anymore? Apparently now calling each other brother is offensive. Let's get straight off into this.
One of the smallest things that I have noticed that irritates me to hell
is how far apart your eyes are?
Shots fired!
Is that it?
Regarding men.
Oh. And what are we complaining about today about men? Just for the sake of complaining.
Always.
Is the way that men will call each other brother at any given chance, but you will never...
God forbid men want to have a word for endearment towards each other. Come on, it's horrible.
Never hear them calling a woman sister.
Some women are just nitpicking now.
And I believe that this is so frustrating.
Only for those that are jealous.
Well, and dude, here's the thing. We don't know you like that. We don't have any shared experience with you. I don't know about you guys, but when I meet a man, I already know at a base level, we have a shared experience. We're both men. As a man, I don't know what it's like to be a woman. You know? I just had a random thought go through my head. I was like, well, I could identify as a woman. Then I would know, right? God, I'm stupid. But we have a shared experience with other men, so it's on a certain level we can meet them and kind of know what they're going through.
The brotherhood of being a man is so alive and well. This idea of protecting each other, caring for each other, finding friendship in each other, even with strangers. They just have to mildly smile at each other and they'll be like, hey brother, how you doing?
So, what's wrong with that?
I have never heard a man say anything that welcoming to a woman.
Of course.
Look, it's mainly because of the Me Too movement. The Me Too movement has really shot y'all in the foot. Y'all are the new victims of the Me Too movement now. Because now you've demonized men from approaching you. You've demonized men for their preferences, their standards, and everything they stand for and want in a woman. You've demonized it so much that guys are like, I'm just going to leave the game.
Gotcha, bitch.
I'm not going to approach you. I'm not going to talk to you. I'm not going to engage in any way. I'm not going to engage in public. I'm not going to engage at work. I'm not going to engage anywhere because the thing is, y'all are going to shame us if we do. You're going to call us names. You're going to put us on TikTok. You're going to publicly shame us and try to defile our character, get us fired, shame us online. So yeah, I don't blame men for not approaching anymore. I don't blame men for not, and I'll keep it at that. Wow, I never approached women. I never knew and was like, what's up, sis? Why would you ever do that? What's up, sister? That's weird. Nobody's ever done that in the history of everdom.
For some, it always comes back to, how can I feel slighted today?
Women are seen as inherently sexual objects. Thus, such terms...
Really? You objectify yourself and then you're expected to have us respect you? Like, bro, ladies, look at what you're wearing right now. Your cha-chas are almost out. It's almost a titty party right now. And you're telling, oh, don't objectify us. You wear makeup to look younger. You wear skin-tight outfits to show off all your curves, but we're not supposed to objectify you. You're objectifying yourself. What am I supposed to do? Respect it? I'm believing the message that you're portraying when you say, hey, I wear skin-tight clothes and I wear makeup to look younger and sexy. You're objectifying yourself. Like, come on, dude, make it make sense, bro.
Would not go hand in hand for obvious reasons.
Some will really go to almost any length to try to victimize themselves in some way, just so they can avoid being responsible for the words that come out of their mouth.
There will always be an in-crowd for them to be a part of that women will never be able to be a part of. And I'm not saying that
God forbid men have spaces where women aren't allowed or maybe not accepted. God forbid. Call the boats, you know what I mean? Oh no, men have something that I can't take advantage of and I can't complain about. This is all just victim. It's just the victim Olympics, dude, where these women want to be the victim of every single scenario. Men calling each other brother and having manly speech is now oppressive. This is crazy work.
It's all down to the term brother, but it is a very small indication of that.
That sounded like it was coming from a place of jealousy. So instead of trying to tear down men for the closeness that many of them have with each other, why doesn't a person try to promote the closeness of women so that a person can feel like they're part of a community that someone obviously so wants to be a part of?
Facts. You're so mad about it, go talk to your other little girlies. Go do your little thing-a-lang with them. You know, go do your little thing-a-lang. I'm cool with that. My whole thing on this is, dude, is that as men in society, we don't have a lot when it comes to being respected in words of endearment. We don't have a lot. The couple things we do have is like when you see a guy walking, you do one of these, you go down, hey, how you doing? A guy you nearly know, you go, hey, what's up? You go up, like there's not a lot of, you got a good firm handshake, looking him straight in the eye. How you doing, brother? How's it going? I say brother all the time. I say brother man. I say brother to people I don't even know. Because, like I said, men have a shared experience. We can kind of go through this life and kind of understand at a base level, hey, I kind of know what you're going through, man. A man's cares, needs, wants, desires, frustrations are usually the last things on the scrotum, the totem pole, when it comes to what women want to hear about. Put a 1 in the chat if you agree, chat. As a man, most women don't want to hear your problems. They really don't. Us as men, we internalize our problems. And a lot of guys let them fester and they can't handle it. Most guys don't have an outlet for where they can express anger, frustration, and things like that. It's just kind of the nature of the world, unless you go to therapy, which can help. It definitely can help. And if you feel like you need somebody to talk to, go to therapy for sure. But for the most part, there's not a lot of outlets for men to go complain. For women, they thrive off of complaining. They'll call up Jessica and complain for 3 hours, talking about the problem, never talking about the solution. You know what men do? We're very logical. We talk about the solution. Us as guys, and chat, put a 1 in the chat if you agree with this. Us as guys, we don't even talk about our problems with other guys. Some of my closest friends, I never call them up and go, man, I'm just really going through it, dude. But you know what? They're doing me dirty over here, okay? I got people in the YouTube comments calling me and saying I got a big forehead. Shots fired! Nobody cares, dude. You got problems at work? Nobody cares. You got problems in your relationships? Nobody cares. You got problems with your familia? Nobody cares. As a man, nobody cares. But as a woman, everybody cares. And so as men, we realize that. And women don't realize that. Women think that everybody should care about all their problems. That's why, in chat, put a 1 in the chat if this has happened to you. Have you ever met like a stranger, a woman, and she just started airing out all of her frustrations? This is in white women very prevalently. I will meet a random white lady at a Lowe's when we're waiting in line, and she will tell me her whole life story. All of her problems. Well, my granddaughter just had a daughter, and I'm a great-great-grandmother, and when I had my pregnancy, I had a cesarean. Ain't nobody asked you that. I don't want to know all your I don't want to know the details. I hate to say this, but I don't care. I really don't care. If I did care, guess what? I would ask you some questions. I would say, do you have any kids? Got any you know what I mean? They engage with me and will tell me their whole life story. I've had this happen so many times. Oh, well, I got a bad knee, and back in '85, I blew it out on a scooter. I don't care. And us as men, I think we understand that other people don't care. So we don't talk about it a lot. Women, they don't have the same understanding. Do you smell what I'm stepping in, chat? Put a 1 in the chat if you smell what I'm stepping in. Us women just really don't get this philosophy of, oh, other people don't care. They think everybody does care. And then when other people don't care, they get to play the victim. But when men talk about their problems, women are like, whoa, they do. Hear my problems. That's what they want. Women want you to hear their problems. And what I've noticed, and chat, tell me if you've noticed this. Put a 1 in the chat if you've noticed this. Women really like to focus on the problem, whereas men like to focus on solutions. When something happens with Cass and I, she will talk about the problem very heavily until we get to a point where in the conversation where we're ready for a solution. For me, the problem arises, immediately I'm looking for a solution. But a lot of times women don't want that. I think it's because our minds are so much different. A woman's mind is like a ball of wire. Everything's connected. What you had for breakfast is how you feel now, is what Loki did earlier. You know, everything's connected. With a man's mind is like boxes. We take that box out, we talk about it, then we put that box back. You want to talk about sports? I'm going to pull the sports box out. I'm going to talk about sports, I'm going to put it right back. You want to talk about carpentry? I'm going to pull that carpentry box out. I'm going to talk about it. You want to talk politics? I'm going to pull that one out. We pull the box out, talk about it, and we put it back. Women, everything's connected. Everything's connected. That's why that if a woman has a sudden shift in mood, it can be a catalyst from something that happened earlier. Whereas men typically don't have those same shifts in mood. And when over a woman's monthly like menstrual cycle, she has a big range of emotions, right? Us as men, we go through that same range they go through in a month, we go through that in a day. I've seen the chart before, I don't have it pulled up. But we're completely different in nature that way, biologically. But I got some other stuff I want to get into. And God, doesn't he just look good back there? Ain't that right, Loki? I've fallen at work and been injured. Oh, wait. I should call my lawyer.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan.
Hey, John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. It's Levi Nichs of YouTube. Can I get some cash, please?
Morgan and 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 Morgan.
Did you know that your injury could be worth millions of dollars? Morgan & Morgan is the largest injury law firm in America, and they've recovered over $20 billion for their clients. $20 billion? That's a lot of cash. The insurance companies tried to lowball me, but Morgan & Morgan was able to take my pain and suffering and turn it into cold, hard cash. It's almost a good thing I was injured. But wait. How much is Morgan & Morgan gonna cost me? You never owe them legal fees unless they're successful. So it's completely free unless you win? Yeah. Hiring a lawyer? That sounds like really difficult. It's actually super easy. You can just go to their website, and in a couple clicks, you can find out if you have a case. And you can literally do it from your smartphone. And remember, there is only one Morgan & Morgan. Wait, but it's two names though. How is it? Give me the script. Oh, both their last names. Okay, I get it. Okay, roll it. You can start your claim today by going to forthepeople.com/Levi, found in the description below. So if you're injured, you can trust Morgan & Morgan. Y'all know what time it is. Loki, free. Sit. Wait. Shake. Who's a good boy? Who's a good baby? Did you get baby? Free. Go to your place. Hassan Abi ain't got nothing on Loki, bro. Bro, Hassan is a terrible human. Maybe you guys have seen that video of him shocking his dog, but I would never to my little boy. I would never. So a lot of you guys have been asking me to cover this Aisha Curry situation, which I think women like her ruin society. I really do. So let's get into this clip.
I didn't want kids.
Oh, God. Imagine hearing your mom saying, hey, I never wanted you.
Won't they do?
Oh.
I
Sorry, let me fix this screen here. But that is absolutely terrible to even utter out of your freaking gullet, is that you never wanted kids when you have kids. Don't they have like 3 or 4 kids? I don't know how many kids they have.
I didn't want to get married.
Oh.
I thought I was going to be career girl, and that's it.
She's a runner, she's a track star.
Aisha Curry is proof that you can take the girl out the streets, but you can't take the streets out the girl. Shubadanaya, should have bought a Honda, put it on a t-shirt. Didn't want kids, didn't want to be married, wanted to be a feminist, working woman, but yet here she is married to an NBA superstar. And this is what also gets me. Is this like a public humiliation ritual where she's saying stuff like, I never want to be married, I wanted a career. Like, Steph Curry is balling. This man's making $35 million a year, a season, and you're talking about you don't want to be with him? Bro, in a world full of Aisha Currys, be Savannah James.
And I had my eyes set on my goals. And I was never the little girl that like dreamt about the wedding dress and all of that. And then it happened so early in my life.
Did you talk to Steph about it?
He tries to resonate with me, but he just can't. And he also comes from a place of like,
bro, leave her ASAP. There's too many women out there that would be submissive to you, Steph. Get her out the picture, bro.
effing stupid. Like, it's not true, so why? And I'm like, but wait, like, listen to how it makes me feel. And he's like, but why does it make you feel like that? It's not real. After we got married, we found out we were pregnant with our daughters so quickly. I didn't even have time to think about what I wanted anymore. It's so interesting. I spent my entire...
Yeah, God forbid you have to become an adult and become a parent and actually look out for somebody else other than yourself.
Shots fired!
God forbid you can't be just a selfish modern woman anymore. You have to actually look after your child. How terrible, right? Like, dude, does she not realize what she's saying is terrible?
Entire life, like trying to work towards something, and then it kind of just disappeared, and I didn't think twice about it. But after my daughter turned 1, I remember there being a shift and being like, I have goals for myself. Like, this doesn't feel right. I love being a mom, but I love doing other things too. And I need to get my shit together and figure out what that looks like for myself now.
Imagine saying that being a mom is not enough when that's one of the most beautiful things a woman can do on this planet, in my opinion. One of the most fulfilling. Do you realize how narcissistic and selfish you have to be? And yes, I'm calling her a narcissist. They call us narcissists all the time, chat. So, you know, I'm shooting the shots right back at them. How narcissistic you have to be to think that a career and working on something that is job related would be more fulfilling than having a family. Do you realize the levels of selfishness this is reeking of? I can smell it from here. Aisha Curry, if you wanted to be a single woman in the streets, go out there and get you a bunch of men. Stop making Steph Curry get humiliated publicly and shaming him publicly for being a good man. In my opinion, Steph Curry is doing what he should do. He's providing for his family. He's taking care of his wife, taking care of his kids, being a good man, leading a good life. He hasn't gone and cheated. He has got zero scandals. He's not a bad dude. He seems like a good guy that's just really, really good at basketball. So shout out to him for focusing on his purpose and providing for his family. But for modern women like this, it's never enough. Aisha still wants more. It's always the do better syndrome, where they think they can do better and they always want more. But in a world, like I said, in a world full of Aisha Currys, be a Savannah James. That's LeBron James's wife.
If I have a career and I'm not home, like, did you experience that?
I still experience that. I still experience that. I'm always in therapy talking about this. If you lose all of those things that were interesting about you, even for yourself, like even the things that made me feel confident and cool, then what are you doing? You
notice it's always I, me, my. It's always like I'm the victim. You know, it's always, well, what about me? What about me? What about all the things I used to blah, 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 blah. Like, just shut up. God. Here's another clip from her. I don't even know if this is The View or Girl Chat. What is this? But
all right, Aisha,
disgusting clip from her.
For a drink. What do you say?
Absolutely.
Yes, we get to drink. Marcel? Marcel?
Faking like she's taking her ring off because a guy that's shirtless brought out a bunch of drinks. Bruh, the level of hoedom is crazy work. Aisha Curry, horrible person, bro. And what's crazy to me is there's so many women out there that would love to be with a man like Steph Curry. Chat, we have some women that watch. How many of you ladies would love to be with a man who's an NBA superstar who makes $35 million a year? I'm sure there's a lot of y'all, dude. Just like every man would want to be with a Victoria's Secret model or a Maxim model. You know what I mean? Like, he's pretty much every woman's dream. He's 6'2", he's light-skinned, he's ridiculously successful, he's famous, he's got buckets of money. But Aisha Curry's like, I just want more for me, though. It's a modern woman playbook. Like, get everything handed to you and still play the victim.
Aisha Curry is a prime example of a lady who married a man that she thought she was better than.
Preach.
Just what that is. That's the reason why she's always talking shit about that man. She craves the attention that Steph Curry gets because she believes that she deserves it, and she believes that he doesn't. She can't fathom that he gets the attention that he gets. Because how could this motherfucker that's underneath me get all this attention? And she
hey, this girl's preaching right here.
Still believes that she's better than him to this day. Babies and marriage and all. Like the recent interview that she did, she was like, she wasn't even like, she didn't really think that he was even the best for real. Like, she was like, what's the hype about? Like, she boldly said this shit out her fucking mouth about her own husband that she has kids with. So yeah, that's just what that is. She sat there, she married the guy beneath her because she knew it would be easier to be with him because of the things he would bring her, you know? And she still can't seem to be satisfied because it has nothing to do with the physicality of how comfortable life is. Has everything to do with the attention. She craves attention.
It's the attention that she craves. I completely agree. She completely craves the attention so much that she's willing to demean and berate and disrespect her husband publicly. You got everything handed to you, baby girl.
That someone
literally everything has been handed to you. White picket fence, the mansion, the money, everything. All right, we're switching gears. Women over 30 in China. This is, I think we know where this is going.
In China, if you're a woman, single, and over 30, you are called 剩女, which means leftover woman in Mandarin.
剩女.
In Cantonese, you are called 羅底橙, 賣剩蔗, and 攝做辣, which means orange at the bottom of the basket. The sugar cane that didn't get sold, and the thing used for filling the gap of the stove. But if you're a man, single, and over 30, you are called 钻石王老五, which means a diamond bachelor in Mandarin. In Cantonese, you're called 笋盤, which means quality real estate.
Quality real estate. Dang, okay. I had no idea it was called quality. I knew it was leftover women. I knew that was a thing. I knew that was a thing. But I feel like if we started adopting these terms here in the US, like women would really start to get it. Because so many women in the modern dating market think that as they get older, their value goes up when the opposite is true. So many people have given me so much flack for that. Like, Levi, that's not the case. I'm way hotter now that I'm in my 30s and I have this and I have that. And the case that a lot of women plead when they hit their 30s plus is like, well, I have a good career now and I have my own things and I have money and I have success and I have accolades. Newsflash, men don't care. Men don't care about that stuff. Chat, put one in the chat if you agree. The things that we value as men is fit, feminine, friendly, cooperative, submissive, no kids, quaint, uplifting, elegant, empathetic, natural, and nurturing. Shibadanaya, should have bought a Honda, put it on a t-shirt. That's what we really care about. We don't care about your accolades. I don't care if you're the VP of sales, the CRO, the CFO, CTO. I don't care if you're in the C-suite. I don't care if you're mid-level management, a VP, a president. I don't care about any of that. I care about, are you young and pretty? I care about what's in that mirror and what's on that scale, because we darn sure don't want you to be a big back, big back. That's what we care about. What you ladies care about is much different. You care about us having experience. Women typically value men with experience, which means I want him to be older than me. A lot of women don't go, I want an experienced man that's younger than me. That's not a thing. That's why when women demonize men for wanting younger women, it's like, but y'all want older men. Stupid. What are you talking about? Stupid. But that's the whole thing. Women hit the age of 30, their value starts to go down. They don't realize that, so they keep raising their prices as they get older. It's like, baby girl, you're a used car asking for new car prices. That's not how this works. Men don't value the same things that you value. That's why I say modern women have turned into the men that they've always wanted to be with. Shibadanaya, should have bought a Honda, put it on a t-shirt. They've always wanted to be with a successful man who's older, who has experience, who has a career, who has accolades. They want to be with that type of man, so they've become that type of a woman. They've become a career woman, a success-driven woman, and then men get with them and they're like, yeah, you're combative and masculine. I'm good, thanks. And then they get all booty hurt and heartbroken because men don't want to be with them. Bro, that's how it goes. So, switching the tables once again, this woman gets fired from Lowe's for sexual harassment.
I just got fired.
Septum ring theory's checking out.
At my job. For sexually harassing someone.
Touching his pee-pee? What are you doing?
You know how many men I work with that make sexual jokes? And I happen to be a part of one. And some young kid, because I made a comment he didn't like that was not sexual, I offended him.
Welcome to our world. Would you look at that? You having to live the same experience that men have to live. That equality doesn't taste good. It's kind of sour and bitter, isn't it?
He went to HR and
Good.
said that I sexually harassed him. I won't leave him alone.
I love it. I love it.
I'm serious. Like, I cannot make this up. I'm a single mom.
Shots fired! She's a runner, she's a track star.
We saw that coming from a mile away. We saw that. Let's stop calling women that are single moms single. Let's stop calling them that. Let's start calling them combative masculine women. How about that? Because a single mom is a woman that's product of a widow, their husband's incarcerated, or the man's a complete deadbeat. A lot of these women are just hard to deal with. A lot of these women are just masculine and combative. Because most of the time, these dads want to be in their kids' life, but these women use their kids as leverage, and they use them as a pawn in this game of chess where they go, well, if you're dating this girl still, you're not going to see your daughter, or you're not going to see your son. That's what they do. These single moms are just hard to deal with, unruly women. Most of the time.
I don't get child support right now.
Why'd you let a bum nut in you? Stupid.
And the thing that sucks, I didn't do anything wrong.
Really? Nothing wrong. At all? I can see one thing you did wrong right now. You got a septum ring. There's your first mistake.
It's a dumb kid that
Get it out, Rebecca.
I made a comment about his girlfriend not making his lunch. It was a joke.
Yeah, that's none of your business. Shut up.
Mind you, this kid, who's a weirdo, by the way, always trying to be around me, always trying to talk to me. I never said anything sexual to him at all. That's number one. But I made a comment one day because we went back and forth, like joking about stuff. I made a comment about how he has this girl lunchbox, and I didn't say he was gay or anything like that. It wasn't a sexual or a derogatory thing. I just said, so who makes your lunch? Does your girlfriend make your lunch? And he goes, no. And I like made a face like I'm joking around. And he got really offended, and he goes, my girlfriend has a master's degree, and you're making it sound like her not making my lunch means that she's not adequate. And I go, whoa, because I didn't mean it that way. It was a joke. And mind you, we've been joking for like a month and a half now about different things.
Let this be a lesson.
Watch your mouth, okay? My girlfriend has a master's degree. I hate to say we don't care. We don't care. I don't care what degree. You could have a master's degree in underwater basket weaving. I don't think you're an intellect. I don't think you're smart or an intellectual. I don't think you're a brainiac. Honestly, I think you're a little stupid. And from what we've seen statistically is the more educated women are at the collegiate level, the more unruly they are and they're hard to be together. It's hard to be with them. You know, they're like unlikely that they'll be in a relationship because nobody wants to be with them. So I don't know. Your degree doesn't mean you're a good person. Your degree doesn't mean you're a smart person. Just because you have like everybody has a degree now. It's like a GED now, or a high school diploma. It's the same thing. Everybody's got them, so the values went down. Everybody has a high school diploma, so the value goes down. Okay, cool. Can you go out in the market and create opportunities? That's what it's really about nowadays. That's why I want to teach my daughter. Instead of looking to just get a degree, looking to get a piece of paper that says, I'm smart. Yeah, thank you. Because I have mine. It's up in the closet. Bachelor's of Science. Because my school was a science school, but it's in music education. I don't use it at all. I mean, maybe I try to educate you guys, but I would never be able to talk about any of this stuff in the classroom, especially at a high school level. And if I don't have a doctorate, I'm not teaching at the collegiate level. Maybe a small, like junior college or something, but not any college that's big is going to even take me. You'd have to have a master's and be working on your doctorate to most of the time work at a school, unless you wanted to be an adjunct professor or something like that. Which $35,000 a year, I'm good.
Whoa, they do.
I'm good. $40,000 a year, I'm good. I see how much money. Because I went to school with a lot of guys that were percussionists, and they became like professors. And you can look up how much they make online, and these guys are making $65K a year, $72K a year, and I'm like, bro, you went to like 8 years of school to get paid $75,000 a year. Because in my mind, I'm thinking 8 years of school, you could darn near be a doctor. You could darn near be an anesthesiologist or a chiropractor, making 6 figures plus, but You got a doctorate in music and you make $62,000 to $70,000 a year. And a lot of times these guys are still like assistant professors. They're not even the main dude. I'm like, bro. But that's that stuff that's been sold to us, especially the millennials. I don't know if the boomers got sold it as much, but the millennials got sold, go get a degree, have a backup plan, have a fallback plan. Go get your degree. You want to get a good, safe job, because that's what the boomers did, and they were allowed to build a little bit of wealth. You could go be the postman and buy a house. Nowadays, you're going to be the postman, you're going to have roommates in your 30s. It's a much different world. You could go get a factory job. There's no factory jobs anymore. There's barely any. Not as many as there used to be. Detroit used to be booming in the car industry, dead now. It's run down. It looks like the setting of The Last of Us. You know, it's like so many things have changed. You can't go work a remedial job and make a good living now. You have to have a specified set of skills and a high income skill. So you could be super smart at underwater basket weaving, but nobody's paying that because the market dictates the value of your skill set. And if you don't have a really high value skill set, you're not getting paid no coin. Ain't that right, Lokes? But I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. It was good to have you guys out, man. Until next time. Peace.